When I think back to how I felt as a teenager before I worked as a therapist, obviously, I think a lot about, I look back and think, I wish someone would have told me why this was important, or what the importance of this looked like, or why I should prioritize this sort of thing now. And one of the areas where I see this come up in working with young adults and teenage clients is around resistance with decision making, impulse control, and motivation. People are reporting low motivation, struggling to get things done, struggling to accomplish their goals. And one framework that I think works really well with addressing any sort of resistance across the lifespan is motivational interviewing. Being able to ask goal directed but open ended questions about what someone wants and identifying very specifically about what the barriers have been previously to get there. I think about with young clients, with teenagers, with young adults, and doing motivational interviewing, if you are trying to make decisions based off of something you've never had to go through before, you don't understand, and people aren't giving you the context to help you understand it because they think that you can't, or you feel like whenever you receive feedback from someone, it feels like they are telling you what to do, or they don't understand the needs that you're having in that situation, which is something that I think a therapist can do a good job at, is helping you recognize the needs that you're not getting or that you didn't get previously in your upbringing, and how to receive those or learn to receive them in a way that feels helpful now. We all rely on other people to help shape our values and our models of thinking and our experiences as we go throughout the world, our relationships with other people. And therapy can be a place where we can explore feelings of uncertainty and reflect on our wants and our goals and how it has felt to not be able to achieve the things that we want to achieve. One place where this can overlap with motivational interviewing, asking open-ended, goal-directed questions in therapy, and social emotional learning. If someone isn't aware that they are struggling with their social emotional learning, or they don't understand what it is, they've never been taught, that wasn't modeled in their family, they don't have that framework to be able to make decisions, control their impulses, and build collaboratively with other people, including resolving conflict. So this is something that can be explicitly brought up in the therapy dynamic, especially if a client is struggling to understand their symptoms, understand their goals, or understand why they're struggling. Social and emotional learning can be separated into 5 parts: self-management, self-awareness, responsible decision-making, relationship skills, and social awareness. Those have a lot of overlap and they sound similar, but each one is a distinct part. And if you can think about your strengths and weaknesses in this area, that can show you how to improve holistically across the social emotional learning continuum. Self-management includes the ability to manage your own emotions and your behavior in order to accomplish a goal. If you are talking about a kid who is playing on the basketball team and they have a failing grade, and they're going to get kicked off the team unless they get their grade up, but they don't want to do the homework, they don't feel motivated, they don't feel focused, they don't understand why it's productive, then the motivation needs to change. Okay, I understand you don't want to do the homework and you don't think the learning is productive, you don't enjoy that environment, it's not helpful for you, but there is something that is motivating your decision making. Are you interested in still playing on the school basketball team? And if you are, then you know that if this continues, the grade will be low, you will be removed off the team. Are you going to join a community basketball team and continue to fail your grades, or are you interested in raising your grade because of this consequence that could happen? Self-awareness includes recognizing your own emotions and values as individual contributions. So your emotional experience and values, they come with specific and unique strengths and challenges. If you are a very organized person, maybe that can come with you being very rigid. If you are a very vocal person, maybe that can come with you being confrontational. If there is someone who's struggling with maybe argumentative behavior in the classroom, there is a need that is being unmet. A need for attention, a need for validation, a need for engagement or friction. So where else can we find that? Do you want to join a debate team? Is that too formal? Do you need to get involved in some sort of singing or verbal expression? Can you play an instrument? Could you need to yell into your pillow? What is the verbal need that is being met and is coming out in argumentative behavior in the classroom? What needs to be altered in order to make that need a better fit for the client in their social environment? Responsible decision making includes being able to consider both the ethical and logistical impact of your choices on yourself and on other people. How your decisions impact people emotionally, but also, are they destructive to relationships? Are they constructive? Are they productive? Do they get things done? Do they harm progress? How do they actually show up in the world around you and in your relationships? maybe you have a young client, or you are a young person who's struggling with behavior that adults find unsafe, like reckless behavior or substance behavior, or when you're out in public, you're doing things that are risky. Without ever experiencing the consequences of those actions, how would you be able to know that that's an unsafe behavior? Someone can tell you all day, you shouldn't do that because you could get hurt. You shouldn't ride a bike without a helmet because you could get hurt. Well, I ride my bike every day without a helmet and I haven't gotten hurt, so I don't really see how that's relevant. Okay, well then let's explore the consequences, and let's just explore. Are you motivated to increase your safety or not? What are you motivated by? Impulsiveness? Being able to do whatever you want? Freedom? Lack of restriction? What is really impacting you? Because I know you want to keep your body safe. You just feel like you already are, probably. So does a change need to be made in order to preserve the relationship with your parents or your guardian? Or are you doing something illegal? Are you looking to change that? And really understanding what are the barriers that keep someone, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to give in. I don't want to follow the rules. I don't want to comply. I want to express myself individually. What is the motivation for the behavior? And if you can validate that as a person or a clinician or whatever, it can help the other person be more flexible in their ideas. Not that they have to change something, just that there is more than just the option that they have been doing. Relationship skills include forming positive relationships, working in a team, and the ability to resolve conflict collaboratively. Young people, children, teenagers, young adults, all throughout the lifespan, they learn those social skills through the relationships that they're exposed to, through the conflict resolution patterns that they are exposed to. If that's yelling, if that's never making up, if that's never talking about it, if it's, physical abuse, anything, that varies a lot from person to person, and that gets cemented in your concept of yourself and your relationship skills. So you can explore this. What was that like growing up for you? What role did you play in your family or in your school, when you were in elementary school or when you were in middle school or when you were in high school, when you were in college? What did that look like? How did it feel? Did you like that role? Did you get a choice? And just being able to have those types of discussions allows you to have a better understanding of what the client values and what the person that you are in that relationship with values. That expands outside of just clinical work. And when you have a context to be able to experiment with this in, whether that's like a close relationship or a therapeutic relationship or a group setting, it allows you to experiment and practice different social skills and figure out where you are lacking and where your strengths are and what people respond to and what you want to work on, so that you can move forward and resolve things better and work better with other people. Broaden your sense of community to reduce feelings of loneliness. The last one is social awareness, and social awareness includes the ability to understand the emotions of others and be able to empathize with them. Maybe someone's struggling with impulsive behavior or self-centered behavior because they don't understand the impact that they're having on another person. And how could you or would you if that isn't communicated through a way that aligns with your felt experience? If you don't feel that you are impacting other people, you won't think that you're impacting other people. So being able to help just through verbal processing is one way to expand that sense of empathy. Maybe, a college student is reporting feelings of loneliness and they're experiencing some negative social feedback or perceived rejection from their social setting. We need to, or we can, talk about expanding that sense of social awareness. Maybe you're taking this too personally. Has this been directly communicated? Are you inferring what they're thinking about you without actually hearing it from them? Are you trying to prevent conflict or escalation or being told you're too much or rejection? And is that impacting how you behave around other people? Because all of those things can be talked about and changed even by yourself, just thinking about them, or in a professional setting with a therapist. And by practicing those skills and understanding your social positioning with other people, it allows you to take things less personally and feel less rejected by other people, which allows you to have a stronger sense of agency and confidence when you're in unfamiliar social environments, and that allows you to develop an even broader sense of community to be able to help you handle all of the changes that come with navigating your own life.